Hello and welcome. My name is Angie Holden and I'm the blogger behind the Country Chic Cottage. Today we're going to talk about sublimation on a Bella Canvas cotton shirt with a product called SubliTex. So if you like the shirt I'm wearing and the fact that sublimation is on a darker color here, you're going to want to watch this video entirely because you're really going to love this one. So this video is sponsored by Bella Canvas, however all projects and opinions are my own. So for me, I adore the Bella Canvas shirts. I've talked about that before. I love that soft cotton feel of their shirts. However, they don't have a great polyester content for sublimation. So I, of course, test all the things and try to find products that work with sublimation on cotton as well as the darker colors of shirts. So I was sent some SubliTex, and this is from a company called Shimika USA, and it actually came to me on a roll. However, I cut it into sheets to use with my Sawgrass printer, and I cut it into 8.5 by 11 sheets so I could replicate like any sublimation printer. Would this material work? Do I think it would work? And bonus, this kind of combines a few of my favorite things. So it combines sublimation with Cricut cutting, because we're going to use our Cricut machine to cut this design out of the product and then apply it to the shirt. Now I found this product easy to use, and spoiler alert, I have a laundry test at the end of this video for you so you can see how it holds up over 5 laundry cycles, so you can kind of determine if you want to give this product a try or not. So if you love Bella Canvas shirts, you love the feel of them, you want that cotton shirt, or you want to use a dark color with a cute design like this one, then this video might be for you. Now the design I'm using is available for free, and I will have a link in the description below this video for you to grab the design. So if you like the design and want to put it on your own shirt, you can even use it for regular sublimation on a mug or something like that. If you just love the design, feel free to grab that below. For now, let's take a look at the supplies we're going to use for this project. So I'm going to be using the SubliTex material on a couple of different Bella Canvas shirts. So I have a white one here, a light colored one, and a dark colored one, so we can see the difference between these. Now the SubliTex I got came on a roll, and I actually cut it into 8.5 by 11 inch sheets. Now I have the bypass tray for my Sawgrass printer. I could have cut like a long piece off of it, but I wanted to replicate, like if you only had a printer that printed 8.5 by 11, would this material work? So the material itself is a fabric-like material on the front, which is the side you print on. The back is glossy and smooth. So this is the carrier sheet side, and you do not print on it. So you want to print on the rough or textured side. We are going to be cutting this with our Cricut machine, so let's head to Design Space and see how to do that. I have a free file for you that I'm going to be using for this one, and you can find it in the description below this video. I uploaded it to Cricut Design Space, so just click Upload, find it on your computer, and add it to your canvas. The background should already be removed. You might want to check that before you upload and add it to your canvas. Then I wanted to give a tip here. For projects like this, for print and cut, you can't contour out all these small little bitty cuts. However, there is a hack for that. So duplicate your object, then on the copy of the object, change that to a cut. Contour out all those little pieces and change that layer to white. Then align your 2 layers centered over each other and flatten. That'll make all those little cutout pieces disappear and change to white within the project once it's printed and then cut with your Cricut machine. To me, this makes it easier because you don't have all those small cuts. You can go with the small cuts. I just choose to eliminate them most of the time. I did go ahead and resize this to fit my shirt, and I resized it so I could fit 2 on a sheet because I wanted to utilize as much of the SubliTex as possible. Then I went ahead and clicked Make It, and I'm going to use my Explorer 3, but any Cricut machine that does print and cut will work with this material. Then for this material, you do not want to mirror, so we're going to remember that throughout this. I went ahead and made 2 copies. I actually had to move them to 1 sheet within Cricut Design Space, so you can just move objects around to different sheets on this screen. So I went ahead and moved them to 1 sheet, made sure they looked okay, and then I went ahead and sent it to my Sawgrass printer. You can use PrintMate or Sawgrass Print Manager to print this. I did go ahead and add bleed around it, and within Sawgrass you want to make sure it's not mirrored and all your settings are correct. So high quality and polyester fabric is what I chose for mine. Then go ahead and print on the SubliTex using your Sawgrass printer in this case. So here's my printed sheet. It looks very light right now, but we are gonna do something to darken this up before we cut it. So this is just the full sheet that I ran through my sublimation printer. Again, the shiny side is the back and the rough textured side is the front. Now this came out of my printer dry, so I was expecting it maybe to be a little wet, but it is absolutely dry. Now we are going to head to the heat press first and do something before we cut this with our Cricut machine. So let's head to our heat press and see that first step. You're gonna go ahead and put the sheet on your heat press, and we're gonna press this at 340 degrees for 50 seconds. You do wanna cover this up with butcher paper, parchment paper, protective paper, something over the top. Go ahead and press for those 50 seconds. Needs to be a medium pressure. Here I'm using the Cricut Auto Press, which gives about medium pressure to the projects. Then we wanna remove that from the heat press, and you might be able to tell it does darken up quite a bit during this process. Now we're gonna head to our Cricut machine and cut the design. Then you'll just put it on your Cricut machine, allow it to read those registration marks. It will cut around the object. I went with a glitter iron-on setting for this one because I felt this was a little thicker than regular iron-on. Once the machine's done cutting, you can go ahead and remove that from your Cricut machine. I would recommend that you check your cut and make sure it's cut all the way through before you unload your mat. This one was, so I went ahead and unloaded it. And then we'll take a look at pressing this onto our Bella Canvas t-shirts. Then you're going to want to weed around your design. So you can do it traditionally and remove the outside edge, or in this case this is all one piece so I could pick it up. I actually like this way better. I did use the glitter iron-on setting with more pressure is what ended up working well. You still have to be careful on like a detailed cut like this and carefully remove it, making sure you're getting all those little pieces and that they're coming off. So a weeding tool does work well. Again, I like doing it this way a little bit better. It worked better, in my opinion. So now that this is weeded, we are going to apply this to a shirt. So because this is one piece, I can just peel it off of here and apply it to my shirt. If it was not one piece, you had small little details, whatever, then you would use a heat mask, an adhesive heat mask, to peel this up. Now they do suggest a strong grip heat mask for this product. I just did the one piece just to make this video a little bit simpler, but you could do more complicated designs. They would just take additional steps. So now I'm just going to peel this back. Again, you want to be careful. It's not delicate, but all these intricate cuts on this, if you had something square, it would probably just rip right off. But with the intricate cuts, you do want to be careful. So I'm just going to peel this back from this backing paper, and then we'll apply it to our shirt. I wanted to note that when weeding, it often helped me to put the material on a heat press and just hover the heat press over it for a few seconds. The warm material seemed to weed better. I did go ahead and pre-press for a few seconds to remove any moisture, any wrinkles before I started the process. So I went ahead and put a piece of protective paper inside this shirt just for safety reasons, just to make sure nothing bleeds. And then I just laid out my piece on the shirt where I want it to go. Then I'm just going to lay a piece of protective paper over this. And again, this is 340 degrees for 50 seconds, just like that pre-press. Now here are all three of the shirts, along with the cut piece that I hadn't weeded yet. So now we can get a good comparison. The color does not change with that second press. So the first press, you're gonna see the color that you're gonna get, those bright, vibrant colors. And as you can see, it looks the same on any color. So white, light, or dark shirts look the same. I can still see white within this dark shirt, and the color itself does not change, which is amazing. Like, I love the way this turned out. So now I thought I would do some laundry tests on one of these. So I'm gonna save the others for control samples. Now you do wanna wait 24 hours before you launder it, and then if you need to iron it, like, you know, as you're wearing it, you do wanna iron from the back. So you never wanna iron across the front after this first time. Now this does apply to cotton, polyester, acrylic, and similar fabrics, so it's perfect for the Bella Canvas tee line. So I think this one is 100% cotton, and these are a cotton poly blend, like 52% cotton. So not great for sublimation, but once you use the SubliTex, the sublimation looks great on it. So let me go ahead and run some laundry tests, and we'll come back and see how this holds up. So now I'm back, and I've ran this shirt through the laundry 5 different times. And I am super impressed with the results. So here's our original on white and on dark. And if you can see, like, I don't know if I see any fading at all, maybe slightly, but the results look really, really good. And the product is still stuck really well to the shirt. Now the product does sit on top of the shirt and you can feel it on the shirt. So it's kind of like a piece of fabric that's adhered to your shirt, but it is similar to a thick HTV feel. So what a thick HTV would feel like. Overall, the product looks great. It is still adhered really well to the shirt. So you're basically testing at this point. So it is a polyester fabric. So I sublimated to polyester fabric. And we're testing whether the fabric itself, the adhesive they used on it, is sticking to the shirt well. And it is sticking to the shirt well in this case. Now I will say that this product would not work well for something that would stretch. So you wouldn't want to use it on a shirt that you would need some stretch. So these oversized BELLA+CANVAS tees are perfect. So this one held up really, really well. So this is the white shirt. Looks great on the white, looks great on the dark, looks great on the medium shirt, and held up great in the laundry, which is obviously very important. Now, how would this compare with sublimation on a polyester shirt? So if you sublimate on a polyester shirt that's white, the sublimation embeds into the fibers of the shirt and basically lasts the life of the shirt. This product would only last until the adhesive on the fabric itself started to wear away. So the fabric would probably look great forever, but the adhesive eventually may start to wear. Now, if you've ever used like an HTV product or another product that has a heat activated adhesive, a lot of times you can kind of press from the back and reactivate that adhesive and get an extremely long life out of it. So that's what I would probably do in this case. Now, like after 5 laundry cycles, I see no issues, but if after like 15, it starts to lift, and I intentionally did this design because I made those super intricate cuts all the way around those flowers. That way I could test, like, is the stuff going to come off? It did not. But if it did, like after 15 laundry cycles, you could probably press it from the back and reactivate that adhesive, get it down back on the shirt, and get even longer life out of it. So I do think it would last a really long time because the material itself is polyester fabric. So it's literally a woven fabric, just kind of stiffened a little bit, a woven fabric in sheet form, which is what I personally like about it. And I do love the fact that even after 5 laundry cycles, I see no fraying. So I was afraid that the fabric itself might fray around the edges, but I think that whatever they've used to sort of stiffen it up for cutting is helping with that. So I do really like this product, and now I can start sublimating all my favorite BELLA+CANVAS tees. So if you don't know, BELLA+CANVAS is leading the industry in transparency and traceability of their products, so you can see exactly where their products come from. And for myself, I enjoy that because that way I can make sure that I'm purchasing a quality product from a quality brand from quality sources that I can trust. They're actually the first company to put that information right on their website. So if you want to check where their products come from, you can do that just the same as I can. Plus the shirts come in a wide variety of sizes, colors, and you can purchase them wholesale with the maker's account right from their website, wholesale pricing, even without a reseller's license. So now, if you are ready to decorate some BELLA+CANVAS tees, try some SubliTex, I am going to give you all the links. So head to the description below this video. If you're on computer, scroll down and click show more. If you're on mobile, swipe up on the video, click the arrow to expand the description. You can get it a variety of ways depending on how you're watching. You should see a list of links, a description for the video, then a list of links, and you'll have purchase links for BELLA+CANVAS tees, for SubliTex, for everything I'm using for this project. Then you can give this product a try for yourself, or grab BELLA+CANVAS tees and put HTV on them if you would like. However you want to decorate a BELLA+CANVAS tee, I don't think you can go wrong. So if you have any questions about this product, anything we covered, drop down in the comment section, ask away. If you liked this video, if it helped you, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We have videos just like this one every single week, and trust me, you don't want to miss any of those. So thank y'all so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.